Hey ladies and gentlemen, Steven here from Redolescence, and I want to welcome you guys back. Thank you so much for watching as usual. And today I have Carlos joining me once more.
Hola.
We're going to be doing a collaboration, a review on a fragrance by the company Tous, and this one is called 1920, so stay tuned. So this fragrance was released in 2017, so we're a little bit late to the party, but no less. My friend Gary and I, and you showed up a little bit later.
Yes, you had an emergency, unfortunately, that day.
I know. But we attended an event in the city, and it was the launch event of the women's, which was released a year after the men's. Of course, this is called 1920 because the company came out in 1920.
The origin? Is that part of the name?
I believe so. 1920, the origin.
Okay.
Yeah. So if you want to do a complete search, make sure you type that in. It's a family-owned company. It's based out of Spain, and it's a jewelry company. You've probably seen their little teddy bear pendants.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
They're sort of ubiquitous nowadays. I saw them on TV the other day, and I'm like, oh, that's pretty cool. That's Tous. So yeah, this scent, composed by Daphne Bugey. Really interesting perfumer. I'm familiar with a lot of her fragrances, a lot of the classique fragrances by Jean Paul Gaultier. She's also worked on D Squared Wild. Funny that I know that with Anique Minardo.
I've been seeing her name a lot lately.
Yeah.
I can't tell you what this particular minute, but I recall reading that name a lot lately.
Le Labo
Okay.
is another company. She's done Rose 31, Bergamot 22,
Okay.
Lys 41. So she's all over the place, quite the impressive resume. So a lot of times it's about finding that perfumer that you really like and then seeing what else they've done. What other houses have commissioned them to make so and so fragrances, and I can go on and on. But so here we have a scent with a pretty interesting note breakdown. I guess for a designer scent, it utilizes some ingredients that you wouldn't expect to smell in a designer fragrance. So it has like cardamom, tea, pepper. It
Cumin.
has cumin, cedarwood, bergamot. So it's a really interesting note breakdown. So let's spray it, and I'll get your opinion on it.
The day of the event, she sprayed it, and I was like, cardamom, like right away.
Really?
She says, yes, it has cardamom.
But does it smell like La Nuit to you?
No.
Yeah, me neither.
It's got a very spicy feel to it.
Yeah, spicy, peppery, culinary almost. That's up to you to decide if that's a good thing or not. Some people love their spices. Some people wear Rose 31 because they want to smell the cumin and the spices. And coincidentally, it's the same perfumer, so.
It doesn't wear quite as cumin heavy on the skin than on paper. It's always exaggerated on the test strips or the blotters, as Oya likes to call them. This has a very nice spicy air about it, but that works. It works, and it's not too foody. I don't like when cumin is overly heavy or pronounced in a fragrance because it can come off a little sweaty. This, I get cardamom, pepper. It's got, the way ginger is tingly to your nose? That's how this fragrance is to my nose as well. So whether it be it's not the cumin, I think it's the cardamom, I think.
I do get the cardamom. We have a mutual friend, Richard, who attended our meet and greet at Ada's Perfumery, and he holds out a bunch of cardamom pods, and he goes, do you know what these are? And I'm like, that's cardamom. And then I think you said to him, like, what are you doing with that? He goes, oh, I use it as a breath freshener. And then he pops one in his mouth. So I'm very familiar with the smell of cardamom. And I do get the cardamom, but more so than anything, I want to say I get the pepper.
Yeah.
It's just very peppery to me. You mentioned cumin, right, and how it has like a sweaty vibe. Funny enough, my friend Gary and I attended a master class / workshop yesterday at Perfumery in New York, and they had a perfumer who worked under Olivier Gillotin, and she has a company coming out next year called Redamont, and she was talking about animalic ingredients. So we smelled indole, civet, musk, castoreum, and sure enough, one of the ingredients that she had that she herself considers animalic is cumin.
Yeah.
And having smelled the raw thing yesterday, it's fresh in my memory, and yes, there is a little bit of that going on in here as well.
I saw Joseph Cortana's post on Facebook. He was there, and he mentioned the smell. Oh, some fruit, a gourd that has a...
Durian.
Durian, yeah. That's supposed to be like the smelliest thing in the world or something, or one of the smelliest things in the world.
I would say it's the smelliest fruit in the world, and the smell really. I've eaten durian before. There's a Thai supermarket by where I live in Bayonne, New Jersey, and it has they sell durian. So I've eaten it before a number of times, and in many places in Asia, like in Thailand, I believe it's banned on airlines. It's banned in hotels.
Wow.
Because the smell sticks to the carpets and the curtains and everything. It's really interesting. But they brought around a durian fruit, and people were smelling it underneath a towel, so they didn't know what it was. A lot of people thought it was like a dead animal or something.
Oh
it
my
was really
goodness.
interesting. Yeah.
Don't think I want to smell that anytime
Guys,
soon.
this fragrance does not smell like a dead animal. I'm sorry, we veered a little bit off track, but it's actually a really interesting scent. For a designer fragrance, it doesn't do what every other fragrance is doing. It's not a freshie. It's not a generic scent. It's not a commercial scent. Let's put it like that.
Mm-hmm.
So this one is going to do things a little bit differently. And I was looking it up online, and 2 sizes available, 60 ml and 100 ml. And the cheapest that I could find was like $40-something. So the price is really good.
I do appreciate the flask type of effect of this bottle.
Mm-hmm.
It looks kind of like a flask.
Yeah.
Sort of.
No, I think that's really cool. And the women's has like more of a rounder silhouette. But the presentation is really nice. Usually when you have fragrances that come out of like a jewelry company or a clothing company, and this is like their first endeavor, their first foot in the door when it comes to the fragrance field, you're usually a little weary and a little skeptical as to what the quality of the fragrance is supposed to be like. And knowing that they had such a reputable perfumer working on this release, I mean, a job well done from Tous.
When I spoke with the owners at the event, they were really quite proud of this release and really happy with it. Although it's spicy, it does have a freshness about it as well, if that makes any kind of sense.
Yeah, the bergamot.
So.
Yeah, and also it doesn't smell anything like the 1920s. Not to say that I was alive 100 years ago, but when I think of perfumes from the 1920s, of course I think of like Chanel No. 5 or Shalimar or something. So, but very interesting blend. I'm happy to have it in my collection. Thank you to Tous for including it in my gift bag. You know, I really liked it enough that I wanted to review it for you guys. So I hope you guys have a chance to check this out. I know in terms of like sweet and in terms of spicy fragrances, I think of Spice Bomb, which is a little bit on the sweet side. You're not going to get any sweetness from this one.
Nope.
So if you're looking for like a club banger or something like that, you have to look somewhere else. This is not it. But if you want something that's a little bit more sophisticated, something that you can pull off in a suit, I think the spices in this one really add that intrigue and that allure to the scent that I think is really craveable, and it keeps you wanting to go back and smell it over and over again. It's a really interesting one.
I would wear this to work. I wouldn't have a problem. I think the girls would like it.
Yeah, there's nothing challenging or anything about it. I think it's very easy to pull off, very easy to wear, and thanks again. So that's it. That was our review on 1920 The Origin by Tous. Really interesting scent. The women's is really cool too. Of course, not something that would cater to our personal taste, just because it is a very feminine leaning, or 90-something% of our audience. But if you have a chance to check this one out, I give it a thumbs up. It's a great scent. So thanks for watching. Really appreciate that. Also, I'm going to be leaving Carlos's information down below. So if you're interested in checking out his channel, obviously he uploads a lot as well. So definitely make sure to go over there and check him out. Also, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you are new here and you took something of value from this video. And remember to enable notifications by clicking on that little bell icon next to the subscribe button. This way you never miss any of my future uploads. Thanks again for watching. We love you guys. See you next time.
Take care.